Good afternoon, Thai Squad, new followers and friends. We are live right here on the Tyesse Report. And Kwame, we have some breaking news to start off the show with. This news is just coming into the desk right now. We have some breaking news. We have some breaking news. The pharmacological giant Pfizer has just announced that they may have antiviral, an antiviral pill for COVID-19 by the end of the year. So the pharmacological giant Pfizer says they may have an antiviral pill that you can take. Remember in the HIV/AIDS in the beginning stages of it, there was a lot going on with pills, and there was AZT, and there was a lot. We ain't got time to dig that deep, but this is something that they have came up with within the last, I would say, year and 4 months. So I don't know. Hey everybody, hi. Hey Melanie, hey everybody. Y'all, you listen. I don't know who is gonna be willing to take it and try it out. If you haven't seen a movie called The Dallas Buyers Club with Matthew McConaughey, yeah, check it out. Check it out. But that's a little breaking news that we're getting as we're starting this afternoon. Okay, there's a story, a personal interest story that I really wanted to just hit before I get to the docket, and that is a property owner that has property in the West Adams area of Los Angeles, about a half a mile from where I live. It's a historic district. There's beautiful stately homes and apartment buildings in West Adams. Ray Charles Studio is over there. Hattie McDaniel's home, Marvin Gaye's home. So it's a really nice area, the West Adams district. Beautiful churches and whatnot. So here's the problem. The property owner is going through a divorce right now. He's going through a divorce and he needs to stay in his property. But the eviction moratorium imposed by the city of Los Angeles is preventing him from throwing or putting the tenant out. So this man has property, but he can't utilize it because he can't evict the tenant. Listen, it's a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot to go through. He's going through a contentious divorce. He does not have money, and he's sleeping in his car because of the eviction moratorium imposed by the city of Los Angeles. He does have an option. The real estate attorney told him he has an option, but that wouldn't work for him. He could pay up to $20,000 for the relocation of one of his tenants and move in, but he doesn't have the access to that liquid right now. So listen, y'all, there are a lot of problems out here on both sides. Property owners and tenants. So yeah. Hey everybody. Hey, happy hump day to everybody that's tuning in. So we feel for the property owner. We feel for the tenants that are trying to get their back rent paid. There is a deadline, I believe, a Friday for the rent relief. And I have some of that information before the day is over to get that to you if you are in Los Angeles. I believe there's a Friday deadline to get assistance on back rent. Also, before we start the docket, Los Angeles, honey, y'all are grooving, honey, on a Sunday afternoon as far as COVID-19 is concerned. If things keep going to where they're going, they say that we're moving toward the yellow tier. So yes, we are moving toward the yellow tier, y'all. That is huge. Now, a lot of people say we're moving kind of fast, but you know, there were a lot of vaccines given out at these super centers, y'all, and I think that has a lot to do with it. And Los Angeles County, honey, y'all are not playing. Y'all want y'all freedom like Harriet Tubman and newly um, gathered people trying to get to the Underground Railroad. So the yellow tier is really on the horizon for Los Angeles County. Now, I have a programming note that I need to run by you guys so that you understand what's going on. Effective next week, not this week, effective next week, I will be doing my shows on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You know, so I was doing Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and it's like it's too close together. And at the end of the week, you know, if something should happen, you know, I would be able to cover it on a Friday afternoon. So we're going to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just to make sense, because you have a beginning, you have a middle, and you have an end of the work week. So please take note. There will be no Tuesday show next week. We will do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I can come in on my personal capacity and do something on Facebook Live if need be. Okay, please make a note of that. Let's just jump right into the story of the day, and that is the Brown case in Elizabeth City, North Carolina. The judge has ruled that the video will not be released to the media or the public. One attorney and the son will be able to view it in a closed setting. The faces, badges, and all of that of the law enforcement that executed Mr. Brown will be blurred and redacted. So it's just a situation like this. If this was an open and shut case, I've been doing this a long time, y'all. Being Black and blogging and journalizing. If this was an open and shut case of Mr. Brown doing something and running the offices over or doing something, they would release this. There's a vested interest in keeping this under wraps as long as they can. So this will be going on for at least 30 to 45 days. They say because they don't want to taint the investigation, you know, the typical bullshit. Okay, so we will wait and see what the attorney and the son, you know, see when they view it privately, and then we'll go from there. But I just believe that the people that are protesting are going to be in a different mood with this information because it just seems like a cover-up. So we thank everybody that's on the ground down there, all of the ministers that came together yesterday and made their voices be known that this is a moral issue, not just a legal issue, it's a moral issue. So thank you, Pastor Barber, and everybody involved on the ground for making sure this story is not swept under the rug, okay? Listen, y'all. Overall Mother Giuliani got a knock at her door this morning, and it was not the Jehovah's Witnesses, and it was not Avon. It was the feds, you know, and the feds, they don't keep knocking and allow you to shred stuff and run to the bathroom and flush stuff. The feds give you one low knock and they're coming in. So a lot of people are saying, well, you know, he's probably got rid of everything. Here's what people don't understand, lay people. When you delete something, it's not really deleted. A lot of people don't get that. Now, you go have something scrubbed. That's different. But a lot of times people don't understand there is always going to be a digital footprint left behind. So overall, Mother Giuliani, I hope she didn't have that tar in her head because I know it was running down her face, honey, like the last passion of the Christ. Okay. Oh my God. So overall, Mother Giuliani, girl, look, they got you. Go somewhere and sit down. The reporters are outside your house. They're waiting for you to come outside, girl, so we can get that first shot of you. Okay, so we have to, oh my God, we have to inform you of a death of another trans woman of color. Her name is Tiara Banks. Tiara Banks. She was murdered on April 21st. She was murdered on April 21st in the West Pullman area of Chicago. She was sitting in her car. Someone came up to her and shot her multiple times. This is number 16. This is number 16 trans women that have been murdered since January 1st. Last year, I can't forget the number. Last year, there was 44 women, 44, that were murdered. So in 2020, and most of them were women of color. So we are just, what can you do? What can you do other than to say, Lord, please have mercy on this marginalized community that get a lot of disrespect from their own community, and then they're out in the streets and have to deal with hate from the heteronormative community. Lord, just have mercy on my trans brothers and sisters. That's all I can ask. Lord, have mercy, because it's too much. And you deal with a lot of transphobia from the LGBT community, and then you're dealing with transphobia and hatred from the heteronormative community. Sometimes it just seems like it's just, Lord, it's too much. But we are praying for her family and her friends. The police are working the case in Chicago. That's what they say, they're working the case. I've never had a docket like this, y'all. There's something, can I just stop the docket for a minute? There's something going on in our world right now. I don't know what's going on. I've never had a docket like this since I've been doing the Tyesse Report. Never. There's something going on in our world. I don't know. And, I'm not the type of person that wants to just blame everything on evil and the devil, but there is a dark force, spirit, whatever, is just permeating throughout the country right now with violence and just evil. And hey, everybody, hey, Richmond, Virginia, we have to go over to Richmond, Virginia, to the Commonwealth of Virginia, and 5 people were shot. 5 people were shot, and we just got the news within the last hour that the 3-month-old baby that was shot has died. The 3-month-old baby was shot in the stomach. They said that somebody was outside of this apartment. There were people playing, 5 women and kids. It was just women and kids outside. They were shooting at another apartment and shot and killed 2 people. The 3-month-old mother is one of the other deceased. So the mother and her child are both deceased. You got 1 other person clinging to life and 2 other people in stable condition there in Richmond. And they say it was 3 guns used. So somebody from the opposite end was also shooting back. So it looks like somebody was shooting at an apartment. And as always, these thugs and gangsters, they don't care who's outside. And, these women and kids were not the target. An apartment was the target. And you got it all wrong. You didn't even shoot up the apartment you were aiming at. So the Richmond police is on this case. The police chief said he's never seen anything like this. So y'all just pray for our world, pray for everybody, because baby, there's something going on. I know I'm not the only one that sees and feels that there's something going on right now, and it's not normal. It just feels crazy. And that moves me to our star docket item of the day, and that's right here in my hometown, Los Angeles, California. There was a driver, one moment. There was a driver that went on a shooting spree, and it's like Exposition in Figueroa is right down the street from where I live. I live right next to USC. Like, you can walk down the street to USC from my house. And I was thinking, I live off of Exposition and St. Andrew's Place. That's like 4 minutes, a 4 or 5 minute walk down the street. So it's getting closer and closer to home. 2 people were murdered. This man eventually The man eventually was found by police. There was a shootout and he was killed. And there's an eerie photo of this man in his car that's circulating around that looks like just the devil himself. I may post it, but two of the people that were killed were Asian people. So the police did announce that they have identified the man. He's 50 years old, and they're working on releasing the other information. A 50-year-old male that did it. But y'all, whoo, okay. Do we have any entertainment news, y'all? I just wanted to get all of this out and just get all of this out, y'all. But am I the only one? Comments. Am I the only one? Doesn't it feel crazy in America right now? Like, is it just me? Because I could just be feeling this. Ty Squad. Is it, Kwame, you can give me a few comments. Is it just me, or is it really crazy when you turn on the news right now? You know, I just don't understand. I really don't understand what's going on in our world. And Uncle Joe, yeah, Ben Childs. It's been brewing, Latrice says. My beloved Sharon says it's crazy. Sino is definitely mayhem everywhere. It feels like an introduction, Gail. It feels like an introduction to the Purge. It just feels like an introduction to the Purge. And I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just say this. We need to be mindful when we go out. You know, we're trying to get over COVID. People are, getting vaccinated, and these tears are lessening and lessening, and you feel good about that. But then you got to go outside and watch your back, and you don't know where a bullet coming from. It feels like Will Smith, an enemy of the state. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, Rosie. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. They used to say, the old saints used to say, just keep a prayer on your tongue. It's heavy. Yeah, Candace. Yeah. Oh, and speaking of state troopers, the Virginia state trooper that yanked that young man out of his car about 2 years ago, 2 years ago, yanked him out of his car, has been fired. He has been fired. He seemed like he was on, the state trooper seemed like he was on acid or some type of steroid, had popped his head or something. But he's been fired. And the young black brother that was pulled out of the car and assaulted received $20,000. Listen, it's not a lot of money, but it does send a small message, So after the attorney fees, he'll get about $17,000. So that's a decent settlement for being roughed up from the police, and the charges were eventually dropped. Woo, Jesus, y'all! My God, I don't know how Anderson Cooper and Rachel Maddow do this. Like, it's too much. I know they say you have to detach yourself from the stories. I have to detach myself from the stories, but I'm still a human being. Like, Lord, my God, I can't detach myself, and I'm living this while I'm reporting on it. Okay, Tyesse, let's move to some lighter fare. I wanted to put all that in the beginning. Willow, Red Table Talk, the new episode has been released of Willow, her mama, and her grandmama talking about polyamorous sex and all. Okay, look, girl, listen. Can I really talk for a minute? It seems like Willow and Jaden and Jada and Will, it seems like the parents wanted their kids to be so avant-garde and so free that they really haven't really given them a lot. Do you follow me what I'm saying? It's like this is me looking in, right? It's like when you want to be so free and you want to be so progressive that when you look at it, you really haven't given your kids much just by trying to be so free and open. Because sometimes you can give your kids a lot of stock. And my mother gave me a lot of stock, and I still live by a lot of stuff. But sometimes these new school parents, all of this new stuff, your kids just seem like they're just floating through the wind. Do y'all follow me? Maybe it's just me observing this, But Will and Jada, I don't know. Your kids just seem to be out there just like just doing anything, just coming up with anything as they go along. I'm glad I had a mother that told me and gave me mother wit and sage advice. Listen, my mother didn't just turn me loose to the wild. Okay. It's if y'all want to see it, Red Table Talk, it's available. Just go ahead and watch it, honey. I don't know. I don't know, Saints. Okay. I know a couple of people know what I'm talking about. Wendy Williams, y'all. Wendy Williams today interviewed Jocelyn Hernandez. And look, y'all, I see both sides. I kind of see both sides. I don't really see Wendy's side ever on anything, but I just see a little piece of something there. Because, I don't really use Wendy like that no more. But here's what people have to understand about Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams doesn't have, yeah. I'm looking at y'all comments now that are coming in. And listen, Kwame told me, Tyesse, there's a 5 to 10 second delay, from StreamYard to Facebook. And I'm still just talking, and then the comments come in 5 to 10 seconds later. That's why Kwame is the producer and I'm the talent. Because look, I forget sometimes, y'all. Sean. Listen. The daughter, the son, the Will. It just seems like y'all just don't have no type of direction or any type of structure emotionally. You're freaks. You whatever you can think of, whatever title you come up with, they do it or they've done it. They've done it. Like they try anything. Back to Wendy Williams. I'm all over the place, but that's good. Wendy Williams is a woman who has never cultivated, I don't believe, real friendships. I don't think, thank you, Ben Childs. She doesn't know what friendship is because she's always been an adversary to Hollywood. And I don't think she really has a lot. She's even said this. She doesn't have friends. So she doesn't know how to even cultivate relationships via the entertainment industry virtually. She doesn't even know how to do that because she's been so comfortable doing what she's doing and done on the radio. She's transferred that to television. She never really reinvented herself to a point where, okay, this is Wendy, but that's a little different Wendy. That's the same Wendy that was on the radio that Whitney Houston was going to whoop her ass. So she never really, people don't get that. And Jocelyn, listen, girl, mama, and this industry, girl, you have to just take what you get. Wendy Williams is probably the only person that's going to give you an interview. Jocelyn, I understand your points, Jocelyn, but girl, look, mama, let her do her thing. That's what she's known for. Overall, Mother Williams. That's what she's known for. But Jocelyn just said, girl, give me my flowers, put some respect on my name. Every time I come here, basically, girl, you're catty, you're trying it. So you're doing too much. And Wendy Williams gave her, girl, if you don't knock it off, oh, the clip has went viral from this morning, y'all. So check it out. Check it out. Okay. Trey Songz, our brother Trey Songz, it has been announced that he will not be charged for that brawl at the Chiefs game, y'all. So check that out. When you get a chance, Check out the details. Trey Songz is happy, but you know what? When you don't have accountability, like that, Trey Songz is always getting in fights and always doing different things. And listen, eventually you'll do something and you'll really hurt somebody. You know, sometimes you have to have a moment of clarity to bring you down. And if he's always beating these cases, eventually Trey Songz is going to hit a brick wall. Let me do the word for the day. Okay, it's time for the word for the day, so we can get out of here, y'all. I'm going to be on in about 30 minutes, 45 minutes from now, in a separate capacity. But let me knock out the word for the day. And it's very simple today, y'all. And I want y'all to really pay attention to what I'm going to say. I'm going to try to do this in about 90 seconds or less, because I talked a little over today because of so much that was going on. I don't have a lot of time for the word for the day today. Okay, I'm going to try to do this in 90 seconds. Be mindful of people that don't support you. I've talked about this before on my word for the day, but I just want to reiterate. People find time for everything that they want to do, except with the people that, support them. You see what I'm saying? Like, you go and you support somebody's business, you go and support your friends, whatever. And then when it's time to be reciprocated, nobody's there for you to support you in your endeavors or dreams. Be mindful of that, because people show you a lot by lack of support. Let's be clear. People show you a lot. They find time for everybody else. They find time for every other thing. But when it's time to support the girls that are their number one cheerleaders, they're nowhere to be found. Listen, I have very close friends that don't watch the Tyesse Report. That's neither here nor there. It doesn't make me. It's not going to stop my growth. It's not going to stop my dream. But I'm always mindful. Of people that support me. It's always in the back of my head, people that support me. And I have learned these 2 years that I've been doing the Tyesse Report. Sometimes you get better support from people you have never met in your life. Like Sean Kinsey, like my sister Sharon, Latrice, Jordan Scott, Dejan, Edwin Perry. I've met Edwin Perry before, but he is my church city of refuge. But what I'm saying is, there are people that support you and pour into you that you have never met. And you may have somebody 25 years right there in your hometown and ain't never came by your restaurant, ain't never bought none of your products, ain't never poured a word into you. Listen, girl, you don't have to watch my show. You don't have to come by my restaurant. You don't have to buy anything from my boutique. But you would think that at some point, people would try to make an effort to show, listen, I see you, or you're trying to do this business. You're trying to get it off the ground. I love you, sis. I'm just come by and buy something, even if I don't need it. Because I've done that, y'all. I have bought stuff and wind up giving it away at a gift exchange or giving it away to somebody on the way home just to show support. You see what I'm saying? So y'all keep an eye out for those girls, honey. I'm just telling you. They don't support you. They never do anything encouraging. Okay. Keep an eye out for them. They're everywhere. They're in your circle. Listen, remember, we will be on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:15, effective next week. I will be on tomorrow night for Tyesse After Dark. I love y'all. Kwame, roll the commercial. See y'all in about 30 minutes. Kwame, roll the commercial.
What's up, Ty Squad? Thank you guys for watching today's episode of the Tyesse Report. This episode is brought to you by Pyro Media Network. Pyro Media Network is a Black-owned business focused on providing a safe space for creators and entrepreneurs. We have helped companies, businesses, and brands navigate the biggest communication shift in over 500 years, social media and the internet. If you or someone you know would like to have your brand or business go to the next level, please visit www.pyromedianetwork.com. Please don't forget to follow Tyesse on IG at _Tyesse_report and like on Facebook at facebook.com/the official Tyesse Report. And if you're enjoying the Tyesse Report, please consider watching Tyesse After Dark, airing every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The Tyesse Report, Tyesse After Dark, and the Tyesse Jackson brand wouldn't be here without your support. To continue to show your support, please feel free to donate via Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, or PayPal. The information is below. All right, Ty Squad, see you on the next.